Thursday night, for the first time in 40 years, led by Dr. J, the Iceman, Charlie Scott, their coaches, teammates, and former owner, the Virginia Squires will gather in Virginia Beach for their first ever reunion. The public is invited, and tonight, Brian Parsons presents part one of his history of the Squires.
In the 1970s, Virginia was home to a major league sports franchise.
It would be extremely difficult to base a major league franchise, let us say, in the state of Virginia in one specific city.
Playing games in Norfolk, Hampton, Richmond, and Roanoke, the Squires truly were the Commonwealth's team.
We came up with, brilliantly, the idea that we would come down into Tidewater and do a state franchise. And that first year, we were in Roanoke, Richmond, Hampton, and Norfolk. That's where it all started.
The American Basketball Association went head-to-head with the NBA, and with its red, white, and blue basketball and new rules like the three-point shot, fans were treated to a new brand of basketball.
The style of play was just up and down racehorse basketball, and the NBA was still a little bit slower. I think we had the 30-second shot clock. The NBA had the 24-second clock.
In 1971, owner Earl Foreman saw a young man from the University of Massachusetts who was looking to leave college early. That player's name, Julius Erving.
What I perceived in Julius was ballet. Julius, off the ground, was where he was the Julius Erving. And he floated often.
We knew in the exhibition season when he was playing the games. I mean, he was dunking on Artis Gilmore. He was, and you could see how the players took to him and how, like I said, he just came in and fit in like he'd been there a long time, and he was so mature for a kid just out of college.
The following season, the Squires added the Iceman George Gervin. With two future Hall of Famers on the court, the Squires once again qualified for the playoffs, but there was trouble on the horizon.
We were competitive with the NBA, and on the financial end, we couldn't prevail.
The cash-strapped Squires did something that alienated their spread-out fan base. After only 2 seasons, Dr. J was sold to the New York Nets. The following season, George Gervin was sold to the San Antonio Spurs during the season. Things got so bad, the league eventually took over ownership from Earl Foreman.
And he was always in arrears to the league money-wise, and claimed he had to sell the players to keep the franchise afloat here. And I think it just got to the point where he just sort of abandoned the franchise before that season was over that year.
Tomorrow, in part 2 of Remembering the Squires, a group of local businessmen come to the rescue to try and save professional basketball in Hampton Roads. Reporting for the Sportswrap, I'm Brian Parsons.
Thank you, Brian. Tickets for the Squires reunion can be purchased at the Pembroke One building on Independence Boulevard in Virginia Beach, and you can get this number on my Bruce Rader WAVY TV Facebook page. Part 2 of Brian's history of the Squires tomorrow night here on the Sportswrap. And